If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
I guess we're still here. No. Let me be clear. I guess I'm still here. I called my mom today. It's like, hey, mommy, you still there? She's like, yeah, why would I be? Where would I be? It's like, just making sure you didn't get raptured without me. I'm still here. You're still here. Mark's still here. Sam, I think, is still here. Tuala's walking around. So none of us have been raptured so far. It's later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. We're still here. I don't know if everyone has checked in with their family. Mark, you checking with all your loved ones?
I have no family, but I had stuff to do, and I couldn't leave, so I was against being raptured.
Okay, but what about the people around you that you might care about? How about your landlord?
She'd notice when the rent came due. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't care.
So she wasn't raptured, at least?
No, I saw her on the way out today. No, she's still there, so I guess I don't know anybody who got raptured.
Sam, anyone get raptured in your circle?
No, I almost did, but I got lured back with an offer for free food.
What do you mean?
Wait, where's the free food?
I was floating off and someone said, hey, would you like a hot dog? I'm like, I'm actually kind of hungry. Yeah.
Did you bring us one?
It was a hot dog. It was one.
What does that have to do with...
That doesn't help us.
Right.
Us.
We get nothing out of that.
Me. Yeah, I think that's why I got sent back, was really, I wanted a hot dog.
I didn't know what was happening for a second because I was on the phone with Tuala. He was driving in. We were talking about the show, and all of a sudden my line went dead, and I said, oh, hell, did Tuala get raptured? Or did I get raptured, and I didn't know it? Because the phone just went dead, and I couldn't do anything. And I said, is it beginning? And I said, no, my phone just locked up. That was it. I was almost like kind of disappointed. I wanted to be part of history. Like either I get raptured or I could talk about Tuala getting raptured, but neither happened. So,
Wait. Why do you want me to get raptured?
No, but I'm saying, I was asking, did everyone check in with their loved ones? Did you make sure? I mean, obviously you're still here, but it doesn't mean that everyone else is still here. I was calling friends on the East Coast, checking in on social media. It's like, hey, you all right there? And everyone responded to me. So I don't know either. Everyone was sub-rapture status. We didn't qualify, or the rapture did not happen as
Now, I don't know, because I was driving in, and as I was about to get on the freeway, there was a jacket that was just on the corner. It was on the ground. I said to myself, damn it, someone got raptured.
Were there pants with it?
No, it was just a jacket. Maybe the pants went with them. I don't know.
See, that's the thing. I'm not exactly sure. If you get raptured, do all your clothes and jewelry go with you, or do you go bucket ass naked?
No, some stuff has to go. It's like the Jedi, how they go and their robes go with them.
I don't know if this is a Jedi thing or it's a Thanos snap thing. I don't know if the rapture fits within those parameters.
Yeah, we don't get to be Force ghosts, because that would be cool.
Do you feel temperature on the way up?
I don't know. I haven't been raptured yet. If and when that happens, I'll let you know.
Because if I was going to get cold, I'd at least want a coat
and a clean change of underpants.
Shrinkage is a thing, folks.
Well, I don't think you'll have to use it anymore if you been raptured.
I don't want to be naked raptured though.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was talking about yesterday. I said I need a 2-minute warning. I want to make sure I'm not sitting on the john or in the shower. That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. Yeah. Okay. If you can't tell me when, give me a little heads up.
I think you get rapture clothing when you go, because the rapture takes you to a spiritual plane, and these are physical things. So they can't go
get
with
it from the Gap?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like you're given silken robes, I guess, to go with the rivers of milk and honey, which is weird because milk and honey in a river, it's kind of weird, right?
Is it raw milk? Do you have to drink the raw milk?
If it's raw and unpasteurized, that's got to be funky.
I don't think they have milk wherever the rapture takes us.
No?
But
not cow milk, at least.
We really need some clarification on the rapture
I thought it
rules
was
because
rivers of milk and honey.
this is all very confusing.
And
streets were paved for gold.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
gold, which again, that's a physical thing, but still, it's gold.
I don't know. Maybe they're looking for words to best describe the indescribable. That's the only thing I can think of.
Which is why we will have silken linen or some type of rapture-y gear.
For
like
the rest
rapture
of
ones.
For the rest of us who are actually still here and not raptured, we have a 7-Eleven update. And it's not good because, of course, it's 7-Eleven. It's kind of redundant. If I mention 7-Eleven, it's probably negative. Yes, it is negative. 7-Eleven got robbed in Long Beach. There was a standoff, an armed standoff. We'll tell you how it turned out. And AI cameras are now being put to use to spot wildfires across California. It's not much of a leap. If they're being used to spot wildfires, they're probably being used to spot other things. Something to consider. We'll talk about that. And we'll tell you about the top bars in Orange County, according to the OC Register. Of course, tonight, Jimmy Kimmel is back. It was probably pre-recorded today around 4:30, 5 o'clock, the show, but nothing has leaked out. They usually do the late night shows earlier in the day, and then they're airing later in the evening. Nothing has leaked out, at least as far as the press and trades, as far as what Jimmy Kimmel has said.
The monologue usually hits YouTube pretty quick.
Yeah, but it won't hit until after it airs on the East Coast, which is probably
Coming up.
Yeah, I mean, at least an hour and a half. So if something drops, we'll play it for you live, uncut, so we can find out what Jimmy Kimmel did. We have that and so much more. It's later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640 live everywhere. The iHeart.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Radio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
KFI. It's later with Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app. Okay. If I told you that there was a 7-Eleven which got robbed, you'd probably say, of course. Is there anything else which gets robbed in the form of a convenience store? No, not at all. If I told you that the robbery suspect was unable to escape and then barricaded himself, I presume it's a him, barricaded himself in the 7-Eleven for hours, you'd probably say, that's probably different. We haven't heard about that before. If I told you this same person who allegedly robbed the 7-Eleven barricaded himself, and he's armed now, barricaded himself inside the 7-Eleven for hours, SWAT was called, and somehow managed to get away, you'd probably say, no way. It's not possible. That's what happened. And I have questions. I have a lot of questions. Now, this 7-Eleven, which is near First Street and Broadway, I don't know what it physically looks like. I don't know if it was a standalone 7-Eleven. I don't know if it was a part of a strip mall connected to other buildings. That's important, and I'll tell you why. Police got to the 7-Eleven just after 2 a.m. this morning, so it was going on for a long time. There was a robbery. The employees were able to escape. They called police, but the suspect barricaded himself inside. Now, let me stop right there. I always have to wonder, how much real money or things of great value are there in a 7-Eleven? I'm not thinking a lot of things. I don't know. Maybe there's some vape pens. Maybe you can steal some cartons of cigarettes. Maybe there's a couple $100 of change in the drawer, in the cashier's drawer. I don't know about the safe. They always say the safe doesn't have a lot of money. But I'm thinking it's a 7-Eleven. There's probably not a lot of money there. So I don't understand the fixation with 7-Eleven other than it's probably easier to rob than other places. Nonetheless, he barricaded himself inside. He refused to surrender. That's around 2 a.m. 12 hours later at 2 p.m., SWAT officers made their entrance. I don't know if they used flashbangs or whatever, but they entered the store and they found it empty. But they did look in the storage room. And according to public reports, there were missing ceiling tiles in the storage room, indicating how the suspect likely exited the 7-Eleven.
Of course.
Okay, so he went into the ceiling. So this is my question, and this goes back to the layout of the 7-Eleven. Is it a standalone? Because we have the video up right now on our YouTube, but I can't see the full building. If it's a standalone, he's obviously not going anywhere. He's just in the ceiling. If it's like a strip mall or connected to other buildings, I'm thinking like, well, does that really connect? Does that allow you a way to get into the neighboring building? Okay, I can see it now. It's a corner 7-Eleven, so it's not a standalone building. I don't know how he got away.
If he went up into the ceiling and waited and through the ceiling was able to make it to the roof, which they're probably not looking for. They're probably not looking. I don't know if there's a helicopter above this. I know there's a newscopter above it. This is at night, though. From when he went in.
Yes.
I'm not talking about.
It's still darkness.
Yeah, still darkness. They don't know where he's at, while he's up in there holed
From
up.
2 to 5 in the morning.
2 to 5, yeah. And so there's no telling at what point in time he went up into the roof. Very slick. This guy's obviously been watching some movies and has learned some things.
Straight out of movies.
Straight out of a movie. Went into the ceiling.
Inside Man.
Right. And probably just chilled. Said, I'm going to take some tiles down. Misdirection. He's in the roof. Dog, I'm already gone. I'm at the house.
Gone.
I'm
right.
looking at this on television.
Right. I just have to wonder, it's like, not to blame the police, but I have to wonder what they were looking at or what they were focusing on, because there's no way he should have gotten away. There's no way he should have gotten away unless he walked out with one of the employees. In the rush and the commotion of the employees running
remember, there's only 1 or 2 employees in there.
I don't know. It's like, maybe where are you going to go? I mean, he's not Houdini, and clearly he was able to get away. We assume through the ceiling, but it doesn't have to be through the ceiling. He could have exited some other way.
For all we know, he's in that ceiling right now.
He could still be in there. They say that he might have gotten away, but according to Fox 11, they said it's unclear if the suspect was ever located. No, that means they haven't located him. He's gone. He's in the wind. And my thing is, if you're smart enough to evade police in this way, to evade SWAT.
He got raptured.
Right in the middle of committing a crime. He was forgiven and was raptured.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Oh, but that's a distinct possibility. That's a distinct possibility.
I mean, that's real.
Yeah, because that is more believable than he being able to outwit and outsmart SWAT.
Now, there is a movie coming out starring Channing Tatum called Roof Man, where he stars as a criminal who was able to evade the police all throughout the States or wherever he was going. And he finally, before he was caught, he lived in a Toys R Us in the roof for the longest and then came down, posed as an employee. It's a wild story. It's a real story based on a real guy. But that's what he did. He would break into places and hide out in the roof and wait till they were closed and rob them.
I wonder, we don't know, I wonder if they actually did like a thorough enough search of the building for because SWAT, they usually have like a heat sensor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For body heat. I wonder if they've done that for the building, because I made mention of the movie Inside Man. Spike Lee is starred, Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, and it tells a story about a bank robbery that Clive Owen and his crew does. He never leaves the building. He lives in the walls of the bank for like a few weeks or something, and then just walks out with other customers many weeks later. I would not be surprised if this dude is doing something like that, because it seems more unlikely that he was able to get away either by the roof or the back door, as opposed to just remaining in the structure for some inordinate amount of time and waiting, because most 7-Elevens are like 24/7, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so he'd have to come out when there's there's normal business going on.
And again, because this is a roof, the roof on our house has a small little crawl space that you can get up into. So what if there's a crawl space up there? He's up there with the tiles and the insulation, just waiting, and he can make his way then to it. Once all the SWAT's gone and the people are back in there shopping, he's looking down through a little peephole that he's made. Oh, people are getting coffee, lotto tickets. All right, I'm going to go up through the roof and make my way across the building.
Look, if you're this smart to do this on the fly and evade police, you should be smart enough to think of something better than robbing a 7-Eleven.
Maybe he's doing it for the thrill. Maybe he wants to be on Later with Mo Kelly.
Maybe he's just really pure of heart, was a true believer, and got raptured.
Like Tim Conway Jr. would say, I don't know. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere. On the iHeartRadio app, we got to talk about AI cameras being used to spot wildfires. That's great. But you also know that opens the door for the AI cameras to spot other things. We'll tell you about that next.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Later with Mo Kelly, live everywhere on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you may notice that the cameras will move. If I were to get up and walk over here, walk over there, watch, the cameras will follow me. Tuala, talk for a second so they can watch me.
No, okay, Mo's getting up. Oh, no, yeah, and the camera's following him all around. Look at that. Look at this smart camera. What is this, AI?
It is AI, and that's part of the reason why I mentioned that, because AI cameras are everywhere. You can buy them for your home use, personal use, Zoom use, however. But this is something that Mark Ronner probably is going to hate to hear, but there is an ingenious use of AI in the sense of preventing and identifying brush fires. It started as a small research project at UC San Diego 25 years ago. 25 years ago. That's how long it's been in the works. Now it's grown into this powerful network of 1,200 cameras constructed on peaks and hilltops across the state from north to south, with millions of dollars in state funding and oversight from Cal Fire. So those are the folks who believe in this and are utilizing this. The cameras are built on towers, observatories, and buildings, and they're part of this system called Alert California. Check this out. They turn 360 degrees every 2 minutes, taking 12 photos with each pass 24 hours a day, obviously exceeding the capability of any human. Upgraded with artificial intelligence software 2 years ago, they can tilt, pan, zoom, detect smoke, and alert fire dispatchers automatically, usually quicker than humans can. Each camera, Mark, can see 60 miles away on a clear day, and with near infrared technology can see 120 miles out on a clear night.
What's my rule about technology, Mo?
Remember, it sucks. It's going to kill us all. I don't remember which one.
Whatever is the worst thing you can imagine that it would be used for, it's being used for that.
No, it probably is, but I'm saying that there are genuine, legitimate uses which serve to help us all, protect us all, to our mutual benefit.
Yeah, sure, but they need to be watched over, regulated at the yin-yang, and just monitored for abuse.
No, I think that you're looking at this from the wrong angle.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because this is a great use of AI and cameras and being able to watch. I mean, we're talking about brush areas for the most part.
No, I'm going to take a bold position against wildfires. Are you prepared for that?
Okay, go for this. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me just talk to Tuala. Turn off his mic. Turn off his camera.
How dare you?
But my point, Tuala, is
hey,
we should be able to see that this is a great application of AI. AI does have a place in society. But I also know this is going to like sort of jump what Mark is probably going to say. These cameras have this capability and are used in a positive and a worthwhile way here. But we can also assume that it's not a large leap that this type of technology will be used in a monitoring sense for people and our behavior 24/7. And these cameras will be everywhere and also used as a way to, like, we already have the AI cameras on the bus, which are going to give us tickets if a car is parked in the bus lane. Is it a large leap that these AI cameras will be used for all moving violations? Is it a large leap that these AI cameras would be used for all sorts of violations, behavior, criminal, civil, whatever, and be used against us? Now, this is where I would agree with Mark. I'm just saying there are positive applications and there are the unintended consequences and also the intended consequences of nefarious uses of the technology.
I feel violated already.
Well, I mean, look, I'm going to go full Ronner here, and I think that these cameras are already up and have already been monitoring us. I love the idea that they want to report this as, oh, it's a wildfire cameras. This is going to protect California and everywhere else. No, these cameras are already up. We probably just don't see them. They're probably already monitoring us. But when we do see them, what's the first thing we're going to think? Man, these wildfire cameras are everywhere.
I have to assume in the way that they have cameras like this on the freeway reading license plates, I have to assume that they're everywhere around the city. Why would you not put them in an urban environment when you're already using them in a suburban and wildfire environment for those purposes?
All you need is some type of leader, some type of person in charge, someone who would go so far as to claim that there's some Patriot Act level disturbance in urban cities across this country and they need to be monitored.
No, I
That's
don't think
all you need.
No, I don't think you even have to make such a declaration. I think it is already being done as a function of cameras which are already in place. There are cameras just about on every street corner. The only difference is that these would be automated AI and can also send back information 24/7, 365.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we're not talking stoplight cameras.
No.
We're talking cameras that are monitoring where you go, zooming in on you and looking at anything you walk out of a store with. Whatever. These cameras are going to be everywhere.
I mean, why would they not use them? Because we already have talked about on this show about the use of drones and the unintended consequences or how they can be used in a way to the detriment of our Fourth Amendment rights. This is probably more the same. You don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy when you're out in public. And why wouldn't these cameras be used everywhere?
Well, you know what they always say, Mo. If you're not breaking any laws or doing anything wrong, you shouldn't have any problem living in a total surveillance police state.
And you know what I say? Just because I'm not hiding anything in my ass, it doesn't mean that I automatically want to submit to a cavity search.
I'm going to take your word on that.
That's my point. Just because we're not necessarily doing something, it doesn't mean that we're okay with any and all surveillance or any and all searches.
Where were you when Doge got all our information and Palantir got all our stuff? And
I was in the same file as you. Trust me. They
Oh.
got my information too. I promise you. All that information they got from Health and Human Services, my information was in there too.
Well, look, we weren't doing anything with the Fourth Amendment anyway. We probably didn't need it.
No, we haven't done anything with it since, I don't know, maybe the Patriot Act.
We still got the second one. That's all we need, right?
According to some people.
Yeah.
Sam, what were you going to say?
I was just saying, we have that with like the surveillance on wheels with Waymo.
Well, that too. Oh, look, there's surveillance in various levels and forms. Hell, you could talk about the whole Google car, which is going down the street and mapping for Google Maps and the street level view and everything. You think it's only being used for GPS purposes?
It's for entertainment purposes. There's a lot of people who really pose for funny pictures on that.
No, it is funny, but whenever you're mapping to that degree, there are alternative and other uses.
Yeah.
For that data and information. And look, don't you think that law enforcement would like to have all the mapping of everyone's house and everyone's street and everyone's information?
I guess we just have to trust they're going to do the right thing, don't we?
No, I don't think we have to trust. I'm saying we have no choice in the matter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We don't have to trust. I'm just saying it is going on because we know law enforcement already uses the Ring camera technology and the neighbor app and sharing all that information.
Jeez Louise, where's the Rapture at? Is it here yet?
Oh, it's here.
I mean, come on with the Rapture.
Oh, I actually had some hate mail last night because someone seriously was mad at me that I used the Blondie Rapture as opposed to Anita Baker, because Anita Baker has a song Caught Up in the Rapture of Love.
Oh.
Are you mother fathers happy now? Golly, they get mad about the smallest things. It's like, how did you skip over Anita Baker just to get to Blondie? I will tell you how. Because Blondie clearly says the word rapture by itself. For me to use Anita Baker, I had to use the whole damn phrase of caught up in the rapture of love. I couldn't even isolate it, so it didn't make sense. Y'all happy now? Okay, I got them both in there.
I like Blondies.
I'm
still here.
I know, still here. KFI AM 640 with
didn't work.
We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Because we are unraptured.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Ooh, later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app. And let me just ask, Sam, you like a good bar. Mark, when he leaves the house, which is not often, he probably would like a good bar. Twala, you used to drink many years ago, so you have an idea of what a good bar is. I think of a good bar as somewhere I don't have to look over my shoulder. That there's not the likelihood of a fight breaking out. Good bar has a bartender who knows me, knows what I like. I don't have to, like, if there are 20 people saying bartender, I just have to walk in and make eye contact with the bartender because I'm a regular and he or she will take care of me. We don't need to have a conversation. That for me is a good bar.
Yeah. I've got a couple of those around town, karaoke bars that I frequent where, I just walk in, the bartender, a couple of them, but one of them in particular I've known for like 20 years, and as soon as I walk in, she'll just pour me the drink. It's right there.
Same. Before I moved here, I lived around the corner from the best dive bar in all of Seattle. And I would go in for the last hour. Sometimes I'd bring my laptop in, work on a comic script or something, and they would just slap down the usual in front of me.
Yes.
And if anybody came in who was skeevy or nobody knew, the eyes were on them.
That's what I like. Twala, what about you?
Yeah, I can't remember the bar that we used to go to. It was on Wilshire Boulevard, but me and a bunch of, the Interscope folks, Marlon Granberry, Troy Marshall, Big Les. A lot of us would go to this one bar, and every time I would go, they knew for a fact I was there for the Goldschlager shots.
Goldschlager? You don't strike me as a Goldschlager type of fellow.
Yeah, smooth. I like the burn. Nice smooth buzz.
It wasn't the sparkly stuff in it?
No.
Not the flex?
Not the flex.
The reason I bring this up, because in the OC Register, they had the best of Orange County 2025, the best bar. They just listed the top 3. But I was going through some of the reasons that were listed as the top 3, and I was thinking, like, that doesn't appeal to me. So I just want to get your thoughts on this. Coming in number 3, and this is according to the OC Register. I'm not passing any judgment because I haven't actually been to these locations, but it's interesting what was highlighted as a feature. Coming in number 3 is O'Connell's Sports Pub and Grill, which is 19047 Bouchard Street in Huntington Beach. And the bar, according to this, takes sports seriously with more than 30 TVs with both DirecTV and Spectrum in every sports package available. Come game day, forget trying to squeeze your way into the overcrowded sports bars along the touristy beachside streets. I guess it's pretty big. For me, that would be a turnoff.
Instant hard pass.
You're right.
Sports bar.
Right. It just seems like a sports bar is not the type of bar I'm looking for. Now, it could be a dive bar, a hole in the wall, and if they have one or two TVs and showing the game I want to see, that's good enough. Like, me going to what's the place?
Well, they do the drinks and the games and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's what's the
Not
wings?
BJ's.
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's.
Buffalo Wild Wings. That's the one.
Forget that.
Right, and that's what it reminds me. When you say you got like 30 TVs, I'm thinking Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm thinking like way too much going on. I can't see the game. I can't hear the game. There may be a fight that's going to break out. It's just not my cup of tea. That's all I'm saying. No disrespect to O'Connell's. I'm just saying that's not what I'm looking for. Coming in number 2 is Johnny's Saloon and Pizzeria, which is 17428 Beach Boulevard in Huntington Beach. Established in 2003, Johnny's Saloon and Pizzeria is a dive bar known for an award-winning whiskey selection, craft pizzas, and both punk and country vibes. Yeah, now this sounds more my speed. Because you say whiskey bar, I can sip on whiskey for most of the night, and it seems like it's, I guess, not too large. And you call it a dive bar, something like maybe 2 or 3 TVs, not more than 30, 40 people in there.
I'm looking at photos of it right now. It looks good and sleazy and inviting. I would have some drinks
right.
there.
That's the type of bar I'm looking for.
Yeah, I like that.
You had me at Pizzeria, too.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to get hungry, so I can get some food there as well. That's my kind of spot.
Yeah, the spot we used to go to, it wasn't necessarily a dive bar, but it was really small, couple TVs. They only served hors d'oeuvre type dishes. But it was quiet, and they played, smooth jazz, Sade, Anita Baker's that was playing. So it was always a good vibe in there.
Yeah, I don't need, put it this way, for me, a good bar experience doesn't have everybody. It just has like maybe 30, 40 buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And
we might have to have a field trip to Johnny's. This place is looking good.
All right, then. That means you have to leave the house, though.
We'll talk about it.
Oh, Mark, I thought we almost had you.
We're close.
No.
Coming in number 1 is Swallows Inn, which is 31786 Camino Capistrano,
Hey, now.
of course, in San Juan Capistrano. The bar presents a lineup of both local and national bands, including country, rock, and alternative genres. Events include Taco Tuesday, Wine, Whiskey, and Wing Wednesday, Happy Thirsty Thursday, all-day happy hour, line dance lessons, karaoke, and more. It sounds like it's a huge place.
Hard pass on the country music and the line dancing.
Yeah, but I also don't really like bars that have bands that are attracting crowds. They're it sounds too rambunctious.
Well, see, I don't like bands in bars because bands, I just always think of Roadhouse and I think of fights. I think of not a place where I can go to relax. I don't have any problem with the line dancing. I mean, I don't mind that. It's just that's not what I'm looking for in a bar.
Our traffic czar Pedro says Swallows gets too packed and it's kind of small.
Okay, so we're down to Johnny's Saloon and Pizzeria. We're going to have to do a road trip out there. Maybe we'll broadcast live.
I'm down for some pizza.
All right, then. It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.